Yeah, so the way it'll run is they'll bring us out in groups first. So it'll be like, depending on the size of the class, it'll probably be like 8, right? And they'll run us through quarters, and they'll do like a front and rear double off stage. And then we'll go through our individual routine. And then we'll put, then they'll go into call-outs.
What's up?
Hello.
I got molested on the way here.
Uh-oh.
Girl's slapping my ass. I'm like,
You're in Vegas.
the other girl was trying to hand me the stuff. He wouldn't let me not take it. I was trying to
Like,
shove it in my
oh my
shirt.
gosh.
I'm like,
When in Vegas.
feeling pretty good about myself.
So this is
Hi,
Matt.
Carl.
This
Hi.
is
Good to meet
the
you.
man himself,
Hi.
right?
I'm Jacob.
Hi,
Nice
Matt.
to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
We're pretty excited.
You've done awesome with her this year, man. She looks crazy.
She's easy.
Yeah.
She
She's a freak.
She makes me look good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
I'm
How do
excited.
you feel?
I couldn't be happier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be good. Awesome.
I mean, it's exactly what I envisioned
Yeah.
a year ago.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
So it's always fun to see that
happen.
happen.
I just gotta finish it.
It's one thing to say it, but you know, if you look back at like the first email I sent you and I read it and
Yeah.
I think about all the stuff I wanted to see, like you did it.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
that's a win.
It is a
For
win.
sure.
Regardless of what happens. I hate to say that because
No,
I think
I-
we're gonna win, but
Yeah.
I think it sounds cliche, but yeah, this is like
all you can
my
do.
absolute best that I've ever brought. So it's
And everybody's saying it.
exactly.
yeah.
So it's like people are acknowledging that, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm
A
excited.
really big year.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Exactly. But we,
Yeah.
no matter what happens, I think I'll make some noise tomorrow.
Yeah.
For
That's
sure.
all you can do.
Sweet.
How do you feel? Do you feel like you're getting drier?
I do. I feel like I'm getting drier. Yeah, I feel good. I think I
Have
feel
you
good.
been sitting around or what have you been
I
doing?
just been sitting,
Okay, good.
just sitting around.
Quarter. 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 Front double. Side chest. Side tricep. Good. Back double. There you go, right there. Haven't I? Good. Do you feel, are you really hungry or no?
I don't feel overly stuffed, but I'm not hungry at all. I feel satisfied, I guess.
So you had 8 ounces at 4.
And I have my 10 ounces right here.
Still have your 10 to go?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Right.
I think we need to up your water a little bit more, like dump like 6 more ounces in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think you'll sleep tonight?
I hope.
You'll probably sleep better than me.
I hope. I hope I sleep. Usually I don't the night before, but hopefully I will.
Well, you're definitely better than last night.
Oh my gosh, 100%.
You were 137, right?
Yeah,
Last night.
Holy cow.
So like I've been dropping. What? Just recently I was 133.
Yeah.
So I've been.
Wow. Were you 130 on stage last year?
So I woke up, like at 133 last year, and then after the Olympia, after I got off stage, it was 130. So, I mean, look completely different.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nuts. Pumped.
Yeah, we'll end up weighing about the same.
Yeah, but that's fine with me.
You're right there, yeah, but
Totally different look.
whole new body. Probably at least 5 pounds tighter.
Yeah, for sure. So excited.
Crazy.
5 pounds on her body is like,
Mm-hmm. 25 on
Yeah.
the men's open, dude.
yeah.
We made some improvements.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm so pumped.
Well, first of all, I want to say that since getting to know Brooke, it's like she's the most one incredible people I've ever met in my life, and just like getting to know like about her, like her backstory and some of her personal life and stuff, and just I can't even like begin to explain. Like she's so positive still, and I'll never share any of her business. I think that's her story to tell someday, and I think that she should. But so that's first of all. So it's like it's always fun helping people get to their goal, but when the person is just a real, genuine, really, really, really good person, it makes it mean so much more to me, and like that turns my crank. It's like gets me out of bed. So there's a few things I wanted to see within her training that we've narrowed down at the beginning to bring her back up. I want her quads to be more dense, her shoulders more capped off. She's got ridiculous abs, but I'm like, let's make them even more ridiculous. So I want I said, when I want you to come out and hit your front relax, I want it to be over, because that's just such a beautiful shot for her. And they spend the most time in that shot. Mm-hmm. All of us do. So if it's close and they're, sitting there thinking, talking amongst themselves, it's usually the person with the best front relax that wins. And those first two shots are really important. So she hits her front relax and front double. If those two shots are bananas, it's hard if you lose those two shots to make up for it, right? And so I know that, Sarah, being the reigning champion, obviously is absolutely peeled from behind. So it's like, okay, are we going to have that type of conditioning from behind? No. Should she really have that type of conditioning? Probably not. But I know that we needed to get her hard enough, and I feel like we did that. So it was just nailing some things down with her training to get her more efficient there, and there's still some things that I think she can do better this year, especially for her back. And so we got those nailed down. We got her output pretty consistent, kept cardio as low as possible, and then it was just literally just building her food up as high as we can without her, getting fat, which I don't think is really possible. She'd have to really go on like a 6-month bender of pizza and McDonald's every night, and I don't think she has that in her. So, but that was pretty much the off season. Very, very simple, very basic, and just monitoring that every week. Peak week, you can't peak fat, I say. So, people get this infatuation, and there's this mystical thing around peak week, and people think that they're going to manipulate and do all these things, when really peak week is very simple. So the body fat should be gone. You start backing off of the stressors, so the cardio and the training. Training, I don't tell her or anybody else really to back off training per se, just because if you're in shape, you physically shouldn't have enough in the tank to be able to even cause any type of inflammation response, really. But so we pulled her cardio back. I was telling you guys we took it all the way up to 2 hours and 20 minutes. So started pulling that back. You let the inflammation come down. Just making sure she was relaxing enough, staying off of her feet, because she's used to being on her feet all the time. And then I pretty much have just watched her every day. Obviously increase the food slowly every day. She's been eating the same boring foods. She's egg whites, fish, rice, cream of rice, that's it. So just toggled with the amounts. I've given her a little bit more every day, made sure she was consistent on her water and her salt, which she doesn't use much salt anyways. But peak week is just all about making sure you have all those things measured and accounted for, and that way when you manipulate one thing, you can tell if it works or doesn't work. Too many people try to do too many things at once, and it gets too discombobulated, and you don't really know what's doing what. So if someone starts to look worse, then you don't really know what's happening. And then the other thing that I use is you got to use the scale. I know a lot of guys don't use scales, and they're just going by the look. And the look is important, but the scale is a tool to kind of tell you if they look off. You can compare previous weights to this look and figure out if they're flat or they're full, because it's kind of hard to tell if someone's too flat or too full sometimes, so you need to use the scale. So just having all of those things dialed in, and then also seeing her in person last month, really helped me to just help my eyes adjust to seeing what she looks like in person. That way the first time I see her isn't at the show and it's like, whoa. And then it takes me a few days to adjust to that. So it's been, so far, it's been an absolute breeze. You know, obviously someone with her genetics, that helps. It makes things a little bit easier, but I feel like we've done things this entire year and this entire prep and the proper steps to get us to this point. So everything that I plan to do on paper, it's worked. So, and that's a testament to her, you know, her robotic ability. You can have the best genetics in the world, but if you can't execute, then you're not going to be your best. Where she has incredible genetics and she executes and she works really hard. So that's what we're seeing here from this past year, is just a culmination of all those things.
Let me just ask, where do you think she's going to place and why?
I think she's going to win, because I think that if you look at women's physique in the category itself, she is. What more do you want? You know, I think aesthetics should matter. I think shape should matter. That was the intention of the division. And if we're going by the criteria that they created for the division, then I think she is the criteria. And I think it's a great year to make that change.
Personally, or is it
Like you want to tell
really
me
what
that
happened? Wow. Interesting.
I got that on camera. I got that on video in case you want to press charges.
take the third place award, the Olympia bronze medal, the check for $12,000 to our third place finisher, Brooke Walker.